Broadcasting live from the Jet Surf Houston studio, a show immersed in the people, extreme water sports, live music, kayaking, the lifestyle of the waterfront capital of Texas. Did we mention there's a lot of boating and sailing? Oh, no. Wait. No, that's... Can we cut that? I think I'm seasick. Let's go! Weekends on the Water with veteran and professional extreme water sport athlete Jordan Davlin of Jet Surf Houston and Scene Magazine publisher John Ennis.
That is right. This is Weekends on the Water, and we're coming to you live from the Jet Surf Houston studio at the Endeavor Marina along the North Shore of Clear Lake in the heart of the waterfront capital of Texas. My name is John Ennis, and I'm proud to be joined by Army veteran, extreme water sports competitor, and Jet Surf Houston founder Jordan Davlin. How goes it, Jordan?
What's up, John? How you doing tonight, man?
Man, doing great, man. I'm a couple beers in already.
There you go. That's the only way to do the show around here.
Yeah, I guess we're tonight's show sponsored by Spinal Tap.
I'm a big fan. We did the show 2 weeks ago, and these beers were going down really smooth, so we thought we'd do it again. Why not?
That's right. I guess I kind of turned you on to the we're drinking the Heavy Hands from Spinal Tap right now, which is actually a pretty relatively new addition to their package game, available now, in grocery markets and liquor stores all over the greater Houston area.
You might turn me on to IPAs before this thing's all over and done with,
That's right, man. You weren't a hophead when we met, but now you're drinking a 8% hazy IPA.
Yeah, I guess I just got to get hazy and balanced, and I have got a few that I do like. It's just hard to dial it in, but yeah, no, I mean you've definitely opened my horizons to the IPAs.
Awesome. Well, hey. But man, we were just commenting on what a beautiful sunset's going on right over the Clear Lake area. Like I said, we're on the North Shore of Clear Lake, and
I guess we're gonna have to start doing like a live,
some kind of camera.
It's so epic.
Yeah.
When we do the show, it's always this awesome sunset right here with the amazing view at Endeavor Marina. They say the Admiral has the best view on the lake. And it really does. The sunset sets really nicely. It would be cool to kind of have that visual as we kind of open the show.
That would be cool. Yeah, actually, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
And we're bringing the cameras back. I know people are asking, hey, what's up with where'd the cameras go? Well, we've been, kind of during the COVID scenario, we've been kind of doing a little bit smaller footprint, for
absolutely. We only want to have the cameras out for the celebrities,
the guests.
For the guests,
true.
man.
True.
You just want to see their pretty faces, not ours. So,
that's part of my argument is, I'll scare people away. So, actually, I think we plan on bringing the cameras back for the next show because I think this might be the last show in a while we do without guests.
Yes, we are trying to get that lineup going again. We got a couple guys that have been dying to get on the show. We got a lot of cool things on the water that are happening in June and July. Outlaw Challenge.
That's right.
Don't even get me started.
Right.
I'll let you start talking about that. Yeah.
And to the point you've started on too is we had a bunch. Actually, we had a bunch of remote shows lined up for March and April, and then everybody out there knows what happened. So so we kind of took a step back. Just doing some shows here in the studio, just talking about all the things going on. But and like we said in our last show, I mean, luckily. Summer's here in the waterfront capital of Texas, and we won't lie.
Summer is here.
We won't lie. There's a couple things going. There's obviously there's a little bit of a rebound going on. So we got to everybody's got to be responsible and careful. But
I'll say this, John. With Weekends on the Water and boating, and I mean honestly, there are certain things that right now are tough. But boating and hanging out on the water, any type of social distancing, but still having fun outdoors, I think is appropriate.
Absolutely.
And so
it's not only appropriate, and I'm not going to say it's any kind of cure or preventive measure, but there's a lot of people out there, a lot of proof saying that vitamin D helps the cause, and the best way to get vitamin D is to be out in the sun.
That's it. That is the natural supplier of vitamin D. Yeah. No, I mean there's a lot of boating, and I think people are able to. to enjoy water sports and to still sit out on their patios on the water, and at some of these restaurants, they're open, at 25 or 50% capacity, and you can still enjoy some nice waterfront dining. You just have to do it safely. Everybody's practicing all the methods. They're wiping things down. You just got to be careful. But there's still the water is popular. I think boating is honestly more popular than it's been in a few years.
I agree. I think people are getting out of the house, and experiencing nature. Maybe it's a bike ride, maybe it's a boat ride, going to the water. I think I said in our last show, I've seen more neighbors. I've seen neighbors that I didn't know I had out walking around. And of course, I live in a waterfront community in El Lago. Yeah, actually named after the water, El Lago. Yeah,
it is.
You don't get a more waterfront community than El Lago. But
this is true.
But no, it's been really cool seeing people really embrace the outdoors and the water, and that includes boating. I mean, gosh,
it's changed people's mindsets.
Yeah,
they do. They want to get outdoors. They're biking. They're boating. There's a lot of people that are kind of they get complacent in the house with the iPads and the TVs. And so I think this has really made people realize, wipe things down and get outside a little bit more. And, you can still live your life as long as you do it in a certain way and safe, So I'm just glad to see people still out there.
Absolutely.
And hanging out, but doing it safely.
And like we said, you kind of hinted the Texas Outlaw Challenge, which is one of the
I think it's going to be a good year for
truly special events that's been coming to this area for I remember day one. I've been working with them since they started. Started as just pretty much just a poker run, and now it's evolved into this multi-day event from Wednesday to Sunday.
And they're involved with all the local businesses.
Yeah.
It's just really great for the community in Bay Area, Houston. It really draws in a crowd. People come in from all over Houston, to watch these boats. They're just incredible boats. These teams, these guys, they have real jobs, but they spend a lot of time, managing these teams and working on these boats. And it's just, they're incredible machines, and it's incredibly fun to watch and see an organization like Outlaw Challenge that's been doing it for so long put a good show on, for everybody.
Yeah, and literally it brings in people from all over the globe. I remember last year there's a boat from Abu Dhabi. There's boats from all over the
Sweden.
Yeah, exactly.
The Husky chocolate. Which
right.
would bring us to a subject in a minute, but we're going to keep talking about the challenge. But Husky chocolate will get brought up.
Okay, yeah, and since you already mentioned the positive impact the challenge has in the community, I know for a couple years, I think including last year, maybe not last year, but the year before, I think the charitable or the economic impact was estimated at over $1 million.
Oh man, that's incredible.
And that's not even talking about the whole charity concept, arm of the Texas Outlaw Challenge.
And we all know statistics never have everything in there. They always have to lowball that. They go with whatever data they have, but we all know it probably generated a lot more revenue than that for the area.
Truth, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool event, and they change it up, and we've been involved in the event. We've had jet surfboards doing demos in there. That's where.
That's where we met, kind of in a way.
We did. It's where we kind of hooked up, man.
It's kind of funny. I was just listening today because I'm working on some things for the Outlaw Challenge, some promotional both visuals and videos, and I pulled up the promo video I did in 2018 for the Texas Outlaw Challenge, and I even mentioned about this jet surf promo just real quickly, just as part of my notes from talking to the founder Paul Robinson. And little did I know, at the time I said that for the video, I didn't even know what jet surf was.
Yeah.
Then fast forward a couple days, I'm out in a committee boat, and I see this guy somehow surfing across Clear Lake without any waves or anything. I'm like, and everybody's like, what's going on? They're trying to figure out what's he holding on to. Hold on. Where's the boat pulling him?
That's always the big question, man. It's so cool to be on something that's so new and exciting and people, the fact that you don't need wind, waves, or a boat, it just blows their mind, so it's super neat. We were happy to be involved in the Outlaw Challenge. We work with Paul, and we were last year. I just like how he changes things up, and he goes to different venues, and he gets new people involved with the show. It's not always the same boats. He brought in the International Outboard Grand Prix
a couple years ago.
That was
awesome.
really neat to watch. And so I think it's a cool event that, I've got some of the stuff on the schedule here. They do a steel horse stampede on Sunday. They've got some bikers involved. They've got the 2 days of the poker run. It's going to be June 25th and June 26th. You've got to go to all these different locations and check in. Like I said, they involve all the different venues that are on the water, from Cabo to, all these different places.
Barge
Which John, he knows all these.
Well, the cool thing about the Texas Outlaw Challenge is, you don't have to own a $500,000 boat.
No, it's a spectator event.
Yeah, there's
absolutely.
there's plenty of events open to the public.
These guys spend money to entertain you in a way.
True.
So it's not.
Yeah, and really, if one of my favorite events is the Thursday night, the Stampede Street Party in Kemah.
Yes,
where literally it's not necessarily my favorite event. It's my son's favorite, my 6-year-old son's favorite event.
Yeah, why not?
He's a veteran of at least 2 or 3 of them now. And it's just amazing. They bring out millions of these teams. They bring out not only their boat, but the trucks pulling the boat,
trailers. Custom trailers.
Yeah, it's and even some of them have there's like a roll. I think Kenny Armstrong, who's pretty well known. He's got the Rolls Royce boat, but he's got a Rolls Royce truck pulling it, and there's a complimentary Rolls Royce, I guess, to provide traffic control that goes ahead of the truck. I'm not sure how that works, but my point being is that there's some of these teams are off the. It's unbelievable the amount of money on display and the technology of these boats, and even the trailers pulling them and the vehicles. And
so I'm here at Endeavor Marina every day, so I get to see some of these boats get dropped in where I'm located at Jet Surf Houston and where we're broadcasting out of.
Jet Surf Houston studio.
That's it. We get a lot of the really awesome boats are stored here, or the Outlaw Challenge has worked with this marina.
Sure.
Bruce Bullock, who has captained and managed some of the fastest race boats and race teams in the world,
he might actually have been in the fastest ever boat during the Texas Outlaw Challenge during the national championship, the Husky Chocolate, right? I think he was
that boat went over 160 that day.
Wow.
I actually talked to him about it the other day, and that boat went over 160. So that was just. It was cool to see, the boats, like you said, the trailers, the money that goes into it. It's incredible. And some of the sponsors that are involved, like you said, Rolls Royce and Mercedes, and it's a show for sure. So you've got everything.
Yeah. So there's kind of like a pre-party on Wednesday, and we're a week ahead, right? So this isn't tomorrow, Wednesday. We're broadcasting now on Tuesday. But so Wednesday, June 24th, is kind of like the early shooter pre-party at Barge 295.
Yeah,
which we talked a lot about on the
yeah. And let's actually dive into that real quick for a quick minute. Man, what an incredible venue! We always talk about how much everybody knows the Turtle Club, and it's the only floating barge or bar and restaurant
tavern in Texas. Yeah.
It's incredible. They've had their ups and downs over the years, but man, they have really done a lot of work. New ownership. They've got bands coming in.
Oh, crazy bands.
It's incredible. Yeah. I ride by there. I see the people. I drive by there. I see it's a really cool spot.
No, they're killing it. They've expanded so much. They took they've really developed a lot of the land, built a stage facing the water.
Which was much needed. That place, Turtle Club did great for years for what it was, but
can only fit so many people in there.
And so, they had to expand, and there was, some logistics to that and some people that, it took certain people to make that happen, but they finally made it happen, right?
And they have made it happen.
Yeah, that's good.
So congratulations. And they're also going to be hosting, which this is the first time I think for them, they're going to be on, I believe it's Friday, they're going to be hosting the Miss Outlaw Bikini Contest.
Yeah.
Usually it's, past years it's been at Cabo.
At Cabo,
It's transitioning over to Barge.
And I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Honest,
they're both great venues, but Barge is kind of on the rise right now. So, they probably got a little bit more aggressive with what they're willing to do to try to make that happen.
They're a little bit more involved with the boat scene. Okay, let's just be honest. Cabo is a great venue, But when you take what is it, Tops? Tops something. It's
Tops Boat Club.
They hang out at the barge. They have a lot of events over there. They've been strong supporters for a long time, and so I feel like the Outlaw Challenge